there's something more that I need to learn, and I need to be in a structured environment that is going to both push me but also give me the freedom to do a lot of explorations on my own. And with More, I feel like I've gotten the best of all of those worlds.
The degree programs are distinct in their paths of study, but they also, the thing that ties them all together is how is art concerned with the places in which it is produced, consumed, circulated, and experienced. And so those places define the art in some cases, and in other cases, the art really ends up defining the place.
I think it's very important to live within the community in which you're practicing. And so it made sense for me to find something locally, and this was the only program in the area like it.
To me, making has always been a very social practice for me. And if you look at the history of textile arts, making has been a social practice for a lot of history, for textile artists. If you think about weaving and quilting, even needlework, a lot of these things were done socially and were a center of other interactions between people.
One of the things that sets this program apart is just an immense amount of contact between the candidates in the program and the faculty and visiting artists that come through the program. One of the most consistent ways that we facilitate that is through a partnership with the Mural Arts program. Mural Arts is a 30-year-old public art organization in Philadelphia that is really in a phase of expanding what they do and what they consider to be public art.
And getting to work directly with the Mural Arts program has been wonderful. Seeing immediately in this community the impact that a more socially engaged project has transformed individual communities.
I think one of the strongest parts of the program have been the outside artists that we're interacting with. In all of our classes, we've had artists with really diverse practices at really different points in their career come in, interact with us, talk about their work in a very intimate setting.
All of these people are people that we're bringing into More to have critical conversations about how art can change the world.
We're getting to see a lot of examples of artists who are working with research, who are working with data.
Every single class informs each other, and I find every single reading in contemporary art having to do with my classes in social practice, having to do with my mural arts case study, having to do with my own studio and one-on-one with different art critics that come in. Everything influences each other, and I'm always talking about things that we talked about in another course. So it's just kind of been a hotbed of thinking about all these issues about who am I doing this for? What makes it successful? What is morally correct? And I realized that these practices, social practice, community practice, participatory art, all of this kind of covers a bunch of different disciplines. It's not just art. It's a little bit of urban planning. It's a little bit of social work. It's a little bit about education and teaching. And you kind of become a jack of all trades, but it's more than just that, because you as one individual can't do this on your own. It's networking, it's getting to know the people developing grassroots efforts in the area, and you become a constellation.
One of the most exciting parts is getting to look out there and find faculty that can support the kinds of students that we want to get into the program. Are people that, on the one hand, are very kind of confident in their abilities as makers and creators, but that they're also people who have a practice that is engaged in the world around them. Some of the kinds of artists that we're bringing on are people that have hybrid kind of identities where maybe they spend half their time working for a neighborhood organization as a community organizer, but then they also spend half their time doing exhibitions in museums. To have faculty thinking about the museum as a site of civic engagement. The students all have access to this wide range of practitioners who are leaders in their field. So at the end of every term, we bring all of the students from across the program together and all of the faculty, and we invite a visiting critic, and the visiting critic comes in and gives a cold read of this artwork that they've never seen before, they don't have any connection to it. And that experience of seeing people see your work and also of seeing other people's work is at the foundation of the program, because that's where we get to pose questions about what does it mean to be on the other side? What does it mean to be out of the studio and experiencing the work as an audience member, as a critic, as someone who has their own set of experiences that they're bringing to an artwork. That kind of conversation that emerges in our critiques is the foundation of the candidates really thinking about what it means to make art today.
I get to do it all here, and that's a dream come true.